2, 1. Ready.
Just relax and enjoy the ride.
In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. 815.
Seeing this, Tom, we routinely measure our height and weight, but never our volume. It's the 6th day of July, the year 2024, the latest it has ever been.
In the history of mankind. No,
That's
I'm
right.
with you. Measuring our volume, we're always talking too loud. It's like, turn it down, turn it down. But the other thing we never measure is our IQ, you know?
Ooh, yeah. What,
Yeah.
How often does that happen once you leave the formal school?
94 here, 94. Really? You know that's a bad score, right? No, 94. It's an A. It's like an A minus, right?
It feels good. I like it. I think I'm smart. I think I'm really smart. We have scheduled guests for today. I'm hoping they woke up. Maybe they're wore out from the 4th of July weekend. I'm not sure. They haven't logged on yet. So we'll see if plans go to schedule. But we do have a couple of guests lined up for today's show. We'll see.
We may be flying solo. Solo, they can't hear us.
Beep beep. Well, I'm checking my streams right now because you know what? We're on 8 different spots right now. Did you know that, Tom? 8.
I did not know.
We have 8 different things going on right now at this very same time with the click of, well, I used to say with the click of one button, but Restreams changed a couple things. Actually, Facebook changed something. And so now one of the things that we used to be able to do with one click now takes 2.
All right, so one click, I can turn on my light. So that's all a fallacy. It takes a lot more than just one click to get to any website.
Right. So, but we are on multiple Facebook channels. We're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, and we're on Instagram, and that platform formerly known as Twitter, they now call X. So we're on all those platforms right now with this show.
Wow, we are national stars. We are international stars.
All over the place.
Wow.
Let's do this before we get too far. Our current race to 10 has Joanne on the commanding. She's playing like the rivets right now. 4-1 over the visitors. Tom, I shouldn't call you the visitors. That's just wrong.
Yeah. Wow. I do feel like a visitor in my own home, though, sometimes.
The big number this week.
I go to sit in my big chair, and my dog is there, and he won't get up. So
it's like, no, you gave me this chair long ago. 172 billion is our big number of the week this week. And the answer is banks or bathrooms. That sounds a little stinky. Banks or bathrooms. Put your guess in the chat. Let us know if you think the answer is going to be banks or bathrooms. This is just for bragging rights. And right now, Joanne is in command. But let's see. You've won the last couple of races to 10, right?
I believe I have. I may be on a 2-game winning streak. I'm still down 4-2 overall.
You're 3 of the last 4. The what I have in front of me is 3 of the last 4, 3 of the last 5 races to 10. So yeah, she might be evening up my current tally of the last races to 10. So
yeah, but she won 3 out of the first 4 when we because it was 2-0. Then I finally got one, and then she went 3-1. So
all right,
it doesn't matter.
Well, while we are in suspenders here, waiting for guests to log on to the Restream platform, I do have a bunch of shout outs that I would love to get to. And maybe you can comment on said shout outs. What do you think about that?
Oh, I'm up for just about anything.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you hear that little beep noise?
I did.
That was, I think one of our guests is logging in. While that's downloading and getting prepared. Oh, okay. it's Joanne. I'm bringing you on I'm bringing you on early, Joanne, because look at that.
Oh
Look at
no.
that hat.
Wow. Nice
Yeah.
hat. Nice hat.
Yeah, I found it in my mailbox.
Shh, don't give away our secrets. No,
I had this personally handed to me by that guy right there.
I made the attempt. I
That
made the
guy.
attempt to personally hand it to her.
I wasn't home, so
That
I feel
guy
really fit
right there.
now. Like I have a uniform.
That's right. Welcome to Chili's. Can we take your order?
That's right. That's right.
Well,
Welcome to the In-Crowd Cafe.
In-Crowd Cafe. What would be the signature dish at the In-Crowd Cafe?
Oh, look at it.
Ooh.
Tom even has the In-Crowd 815 thing on his.
He's got his
Where
on
are
his
you,
wall.
Tom?
Yeah.
Where am I? I'm at an undisclosed location.
That's what he does. He's top
I could
secret.
be too. I've got a top secret location too.
Yeah.
Not a lot of
bathroom doesn't count.
Shout out.
I'm in my office. I've redone my wall. It's a whole new thing. In fact, if you take a big shot of it, she can see the teddy bears and all that. See that?
It's a big shot of mine.
We can go like this. Watch this. We can go like that.
There you go.
Well, it's basically the same place, just that you put up.
It's a better.
Well, no, Joanne, that's been on there for a year or for however long we've been doing this.
It was just at an angle. It was a little different spot before. Yeah. You'll have to look back at a previous show to see how he had it set up before.
Don't make me look stupid.
We're not. We're not.
It was all on there. Oh, hey, look at that.
There's the old wall right there. There you go. That's the old wall. What I did, Joanne, is I put I made this wall here, which is doesn't matter, it's the west wall. I made that an entire wall with the brick. And so now this is my new digs. Nice. But that other wall is still here. I'm looking right at it. But I took everything off of it. And that's what you see behind me now.
I like it. I like it. All right. Well, hey, I just got to laugh. Sometimes you just kind of go the 4th of July. I wonder if the 4th of July holiday just threw everybody's schedules off or something. I don't know about you, but for the 4th of July, Wednesday felt like Friday.
Yeah.
And so Thursday felt like Saturday. The 4th of July felt like Saturday all day.
It
and
did.
Friday was like the day that was gone. It was just yesterday
was.
Well,
it also felt like Saturday. It also felt like Saturday. I went out. I put my garbage collection comes on Thursday. With the holiday, obviously the 4th of July, it came on Friday. So I went out there on Saturday because they came Friday to pick it up. I went out there Friday afternoon and I'm thinking, why are my garbage buckets still out there on a Saturday? And then I'm like, no, it's Friday. It was the weirdest thing. It was the weirdest thing. And then today, okay, we're back to normal. Now it does feel like a Saturday.
It's a
like
weird week.
Saturdays in a row.
And I think and next year the 4th of July falls on a Friday.
Yep.
And the following Monday, I think, is another holiday. So it'll be a legit 4-day weekend next year. But this year feels like a 5-day weekend.
What will the following Friday be? July 4th on the Friday, 5th, 6th, 7th? July 7th?
I think because I don't know.
That Monday would be a holiday?
I heard somebody say something. There was something to do with July 7th next year that a lot of people would be having the day off. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
All right. So that's coming together.
So they have the 4th of July off plus the 7th. So we're going to have like a 4-day weekend.
It's going to be, it's going to be interesting.
Although I'm retired, so I'm always on the weekend.
Every day
Well,
feels like
it's
Saturday.
but it's Saturday. It's summer anyway, so even if you weren't retired, you'd still have
Yeah,
all that
it's
up,
a
right?
school.
Did you ever work during the summer, Joanne, when you were a teacher?
Yes, when I first got hired in Rockford, I had a hard time dealing with summer school in my classroom.
Uh-huh.
So, and a few years, so I have taught summer school before,
Hmm.
but it's I don't know.
It's
I
a little
haven't,
different, little
yeah,
more relaxed, right?
but
Yeah.
I just had trouble with sharing my space.
Ah, she's got
Like
that.
someone else was could be in my classroom, and the one year that I actually had it, and hopefully the person who had it isn't listening. She really messed up my room and left it in a horrible mess. And
You think they
I
know they
was
did that, or did they just not have a clue? Because some people just don't realize that they just make messes everywhere they go, and then they leave it for other people to clean up. There are
maybe
people who are oblivious to that idea, right?
Yeah.
I sometimes I wonder if I'm one of those people. I hope I'm not. It's like, did I come in and just make a big mess?
teachers in their classrooms are kind of it's kind of a
You're territorial. I get it.
yeah.
I
And
really hate people like that. They just drive me nuts. It just, and now someone else has to pick up after you.
What are we doing?
well, I thought he was
Um,
talking about me, that I was territorial with my classroom.
No, I was just being silly.
I think I was in the same classroom for like 30 years.
That's pretty
So,
amazing.
Mm.
That's pretty
Yeah,
amazing with
that really
schools.
is.
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
I
I
moved
know.
around in my early years, but I started at Fairview in 1993 and retired in 2017. So you have to do the math, but I was in the same room that whole time.
Yeah.
That's a good 20,
24 years.
24,
20, so I don't know.
2
19,
decades in this room is long.
24.
27 years, maybe.
I'm trying to think the longest number of years my wife spent in the same classroom. It might be like 4 or 5. I know she kept bouncing around different classrooms
Yeah.
all the
And I
time.
think my daughter's bounced around a lot, but now she's been at the same school, I think, for 5 years.
Well, I think at least one of our guests says he's logging on here in just a short bit, so we'll have that coming up. My shout outs for this week, I'll do those up front here since we're
So I
waiting
get
on our
to
guests to
go back
log in.
napping.
You get to hang unless you want to get off the screen. Do you want to stay on the
No,
screen,
I
or
can hang.
okay?
Yeah,
all right.
hang with us, Joanne, because we got trivia that's going to be all encompassing for everybody.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
this way you won't miss out.
I got my trophy this morning, though.
Oh, you know what? I got to find my trophy.
Where's your trophies? I see.
Yeah.
Don't see them up there on the shelves. I want to give a shout out to Nunzio's this week. Nunzio's Steak Sinatra. That was an awesome birthday dinner. That's the wife and kids took me out for my birthday on Monday, and we did Nunzio's in Lowe's Park, which is always top notch. So thanks
Happy
for the Steak
birthday,
Sinatra.
Greg.
And
Thank
by
you.
the way, did you like your birthday barrage? Happy birthday.
So it's your birthday and we got hats.
That's right. That's right. Tom, I'll have to talk with you about that off camera, because yeah, that's no. what Tom did to me Monday night was unacceptable. All right.
It wasn't me. It was not me.
PC Tech to You. I want to give them a shout out this week because I needed a new keyboard. I'm gonna hold this one up. Look at this cool keyboard I got now.
Wow.
See how it's backlit? It changes colors.
That is cool.
And I haven't read the instructions yet, but I understand I can actually set which color I want it to stay. But right now it goes between about 5 different colors. And my old keyboard, for some reason, the space key sometimes wouldn't like work. I'd be typing and all of a sudden I'd go look at my sentence I just typed, and there was like 3 different areas where the words were all together and not spaced. I'm like, I know I hit the space bar, and it wasn't space barring for me. So out with the old, in with the new. Want to give a shout out to bingo with Clark out at Rascals. If you've been out to Rascals Bar and Grill in Loves Park before, they do bingo every Tuesday night, and we often will go a couple times a month. And want to give him a shout out for the fun time he creates out at Rascals every Tuesday night. If you're, it's free to play the bingo. You can order food if you want and buy food and drinks if you want, but you don't have to. And they got prizes, and he makes it fun. Independence Day, of course, was pretty huge. A lot of different places to do fireworks. Ski Bronx thankfully was able to do a show on July 4th, and I emceed for them on the 4th of July down at Shorewood Park. I think what happened, guys, I think Wednesday they opened the dam here in Rockford enough to get the water level down so that they lift the no wake order for the 4th of July. And then once the 4th of July was done, they had to close the dam back up again. And so the levels went back up. So now it's back to no wake zone again. So you can't drive fast on the river right now again, because there's a no wake order. And I already mentioned Fresh Prince, the maker of our cool hats. If you like these hats as much as we like these hats, coming soon, our very own In Crowd 815 merch website. You're going to be able to buy these hats as well and look like you're part of the show and the In Crowd.
3X. That's my shirt. 3X.
I know all my trivial team will want one of those hats to wear.
Nice.
There you go.
Last two shout outs would be Phantom Regiment put on their great annual show of shows last night at Boylan High School. Thankfully, the weather cooperated.
I heard them.
It was a great night.
I don't live too far from there. Literally just down my street, make one turn and boom, there you're there.
Hear the bands playing, and they had some great groups. Here's the thing. They won last night's competition. It is a competition. DCI is a competition. And they accumulate points all summer long, and then they're ranked for the national tournament, which happens in August in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Stadium. And so it matters to earn these points all summer long. They won last night over the team from Rosemont, the Cavaliers and the Cadets, and the team from Madison, which I thought put on a show totally worthy of a Super Bowl halftime show. The Phantom Regiment show is too. Don't get me wrong. It's totally worthy of a Super Bowl halftime show. It was just absolutely wonderful. If you get a chance to see the Madison Scouts and the Phantom Regiment this summer, and of course the Cavaliers or the Cadets, they have some really impressive stuff on the field for their Drum Corps International programs this year. And it's amazing to see what these young people do. And then finally, last shout out for me this week, Legally Blonde, your last chance to see it. Last chance to see Legally Blonde is this week at Starlight Theater. We reopen on Wednesday to the public. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 shows remain, 8 p.m. at Starlight Theater. Come on out, see Legally Blonde, be inspired to be pink the rest of the summer. How about that?
I like the movie.
You like the movie?
I'd probably like the play. I'm a big Reese Witherspoon fan anyway.
I don't think she's in their play.
Well, probably not. But she was in the movie.
All right, Derek, we're ready to bring you on, buddy. We have our first guest ready to go. He is the lead chiropractor, the head doctor, the chief bottle washer over there at Wellness Tree Family Chiropractic. Good morning, Dr. Derek.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Let's see what happens when we shuffle people around and go like this and go like that and look at all that fun stuff going around. I got to find a screen that works for four or five people. This is unique for us. But how was your 4th of July week?
Busy at the office. Everyone, wanted to get in before their long weekend, and then I went hard Thursday and Friday on cookouts and kayaking, and I had a busy couple days. Nice.
And thankfully the weather mostly cooperated with all this stuff.
Yes, it was very, very nice.
Nice week, nice day. For those who have no clue about who you are, tell us real quick about Derek Prado. Where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to school? And what led you to found Wellness Tree Family Chiropractic?
Thanks, Greg. I pretty much grew up in Belvedere. I moved here in when I was 8 in '93. So I went to good old BHS before there was a North. While I was there, my parents went to a chiropractor, so I'd always tag along with. I thought it was pretty neat. I took some anatomy classes in school. I thought that was neat as well. Um, I didn't want to. I didn't want to do. I don't know, like a lot of friends are doing like financing and business. I didn't want to do that. I want to do something where I could help people differently. So I went into chiropractic. I started my journey in Life University in Atlanta, Georgia, and then finished off at Palmer College of Chiropractic in Davenport. And then I purchased this office pretty much the scariest time to buy a business in December of 2020.
Ooh, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, do I really want to start a business when we still don't know what the world's going on through with all this COVID garbage?
Yeah. I when I was younger, I never thought that, like all the different TV shows they've had, for apocalypse type stuff, it was always like, oh, we're not going to have electricity. I'm fine. I got hands. I can deal with that. I never thought, oh, you can't touch people. Well, then I have a problem. But
Yeah.
I bought this existing practice. I merged my small practice with it, and it went off without a hitch. And 3.5 years later, still here.
Nice. So chiropractic was something that you saw and you were like, hey, this is going to work for me.
Mhm.
That's probably the unfair question is, did you ever really see yourself as a business owner? You saw yourself as a doctor, as helping people, fix their problems and whatnot. But did you ever see yourself as a business owner?
I saw myself with the title of business owner. But I worked as an associate a few different offices before that, and I was like, I could do this. I can run an office. It's different when you have taxes and employees and all the crap you got to deal with to actually owning a business.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah.
You find out what you actually really are good at.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, I've been here for 3.5 years, so I must be doing a good enough job at it.
Yeah. I guess tell us a little bit about your clientele, the people that you're serving in Belvedere. The majority of what you see in your office, is there something that you can kind of pinpoint and say, here's the most the most often injury or condition that I see, and so here's how I help them and get them back to better health?
So I think in my office, and I think it's, on average, and everybody thinks of a chiropractor, it's mostly, spinal pain, either neck, mid back, or low back. And that's just because everyone's going to get it at some point in their life. I do have other extreme cases where a person they're able to walk, they're physically able to, but they're in so much pain that they cannot during that day. And so I'll work with them, a few times a week, and slowly start to get them back literally on their feet. I treat infants, babies, young kids. The youngest kid that I've seen, a month old,
Oh,
I
wow.
think. And for kids, it's pretty much just making sure that the birth process wasn't traumatic on them as it is on some, and just jumpstart their immune system and make sure they're going to live to be healthy, thriving babies and kids and grow up to be good adults. I know some people are concerned about adjusting kids, and I understand that. Don't watch YouTube. YouTube is the worst place to look for chiropractic information.
Let's
That's
just be
all.
honest. Yeah.
There are a few on there that are actually quite good at what they do, but a lot of it's just to get clicks. But
Right.
for
It's like
kids,
Dr. Pimple Popper, it's just for kids.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah. But for little kids, it's the usually less is more for them, and so there's definitely no cracking or twisting of any kind for little babies. They
No.
They don't need that. They don't have all the stress that we have. So it's just light pressure, just to gently guide things back where they should be. And most of the time, those babies are good to go.
You need your spinal column in the place where your nerves can freely do what they're supposed to do. Is that too generic to say it that way?
No, sometimes the simpler the better. If we make it, I have colleagues who they try to make it too complex, and why? I mean, we're not treating other doctors. We're treating anybody else who doesn't know this stuff. Let's not make it too complex for them. Just tell them what they got to know,
right.
and that works just fine.
Right.
I heard many years ago somebody, it was a chiropractor, said behavior problems can be a result of an out of place spine. Is that can it lead to behavior problems?
It can. If how do I make this short? Yes. If a certain amount of segments are out of line, it can cause a different release of hormones, which can then affect your behavior and your moods.
That's almost exactly what he said. So that that is very, very, very interesting. So maybe somebody with a kid who is just maybe a little bit rebellious, most kids are, maybe they need to check into something like this.
Yeah. Yep.
What can it hurt, right?
Yep.
Well, we are excited to have you host our upcoming events. And is this going to let me open up this screen? I think it will. Wellness Tree Family Chiropractic hosting the July 2024 In Crowd 815 Networking Group event. We like to try to make our way out to Belvedere at least once every year. And thankfully, you've got this really beautiful office, Dr. Prado, that I'm so excited for people to see it.
I know. When it's a beautiful office. It was two separate buildings. The architects that were here before I was, they had put in this giant arch in the middle, opened it up. So now these two buildings have become one, and it is just a fantastic space. Lots of old brickwork. I bought the office pretty much because my wife told me I had to.
Well, she's a smart lady. I'd listen to her.
She is. Yes, she is. The brickwork is amazing. The exposed brick, you got to buy them. Okay, honey, I'll buy it.
And you're a smart man for listening to her.
Yep.
You know where your bread is buttered.
That's right.
We're going to put the link to the event in our chat there. So hopefully that comes through. If you're on the Facebook or the YouTube, you should see that. If you're other platforms, you might not see that link. But when we come out to your place on July 25th, what can we expect? What do you have planned for our event on the 25th?
Well, first of all, we're going to have some tasty food catered in.
Okay.
Food's always good, brings people in. I'm going to have some tasty drinks available for those who would like tasty drinks of any kind, of any strength. Let's see, late December of last year, I brought in a new massage therapist who also owns her own spa business inside my office. So she's going to be doing chair massages for those who would like a little relaxation before or during the event.
Nice.
Short little things. She can give you a tour of her space as well, and I'll give tours of the office for those who'd like. Other than that, just a lot of networking, chatting, laughing, telling jokes, fun. Sometimes networking things, they're not always fun enough. And so, in crowd's always a good time. So we're going to continue that on here that night.
Nice. Well, we're looking forward to hanging out at your place, 5:30 to 7:30 on July 25th. Again, no membership required, no RSVP required. Come and go as you wish. We always say, bring a business card and a smile, and everything is going to be just fine and dandy. So looks like our other guests might be ready. Tom?
Well, I have a couple of quick questions. It has to be asked.
For it.
That massive Batman thing in the back, what is that all about? That is really, I don't know if it's ominous or cool or what.
So that is a model, a 1/6 scale model of the 1989 Batwing from Michael Keaton. I'm a big
Wow.
Batman fan, obviously,
You're
and
also a big ET fan, aren't you?
what fan?
An ET? ET the movie.
Yeah, kind of. Yep,
Well,
a
I
little
noticed
bit,
your
a little
phone.
bit.
It looked like it said your coffee cup. It looked like it said phone home.
Oh no, it says Hustle Juice.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
It's just
Well,
water. It's just
okay.
water. Just water.
Okay. Never mind. Never mind. It looked like
Nope.
phone home to me because it's backwards.
Nice
Okay.
hat, Greg.
Anyway.
Nice
Oh, look at
hat.
that. Right on cue.
Doctor
Right
approved.
on cue.
But my son left this behind, so I keep it around. I like it. It's cool.
So yeah, I got it
Anyway.
a while ago. It just I'll never have the real one, so that's the best. It's the best I got. So.
Nice.
I thought it was a clock at first. I'm like, no, it's not a clock. Although it would be
Nope.
kind of cool, wouldn't it? Little
Yeah, I
anyway.
get asked often, does it fly? And I'm like, if it flew, it would be in pieces by now. So
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
it does not fly.
All right,
No,
so
it does not.
by way of transition, then, Dr. Prado, we're going to bring in Matt Aukes here in just a second we're going to do some transition trivia. I didn't warn you.
Okay.
We got some transition trivia. Before we do that, though, true or false? Michael Keaton, the best of the movie era Batmans.
Ooh.
He was the best Mr. Mom. I know that.
That's true. Yep. He was the best Beetlejuice too. The best. I will say true.
Okay. I honestly, I don't have an opinion. I know I liked the Michael Keaton Batman. I thought he was really good. But I just, as long as it's not Ben again, right? So that everybody else.
Well, I thought Ben was better than Clooney.
Yes, true. I'm not sure how I forgot that.
All right, guys, you're forgetting about the best Batman of all, Adam West. Come on. Come on.
Well, that's true. All right.
I said movie era. Television, obviously, yeah, it's all him. But
all right.
All right. I see Matt's logged in, but his camera's not on. I don't know. We're gonna try you, Matt. So just so you're aware, we're trying to bring you on and see if this is gonna work. Are you there, buddy?
Yeah, you got me.
Oh, look at that, Matt Aukes. Where are you this morning, my friend?
I'm in my basement.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
so
my laptop the screen just went whoop, and I've been trying to get it up and running, and yeah, it's not happening. So I'm on my lovely iPhone screen.
the smartphone sometimes is the best way to go. Sometimes it's the best way to go for this situation. So, all right. So before we get to talking with Matt all about his event, it's time for some Tom transition trivia. Tom, take it away. What do you got for us?
Oh, I got 6 questions here. We end with a Rockford question every time. Every time. Anybody, fair game, yell out the answer. You don't have to. And I will ask, even if you're right, I might say, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? So here you go. That way I don't want to give it away.
We're dancing with everybody here. How about fun?
You can, yeah. Whoa.
Getting dizzy there.
Giving me a headache there.
Get dizzy.
All right. I am. All right, here we go. First one is literature.
Uh-oh.
All right. Well, we got a couple of teachers in the mix, so we're good here. All right, here we go. Question number 1. Who wrote Call of the Wild?
Jack London.
Who wrote?
Ooh, I like their guesses.
Okay. Way to grab those coattail strings. Yes, Jack London. Jack London.
We'll just play as a team. We'll just play as a team, friends. We'll see if we can.
There you go. You're fighting against Big Blue, the IBM computer. There you go. Team Saturday morning, whatever. The 815 in crowd. 8 in crowd 8. In crowd 8. Wow.
It's in process.
It's in process. Yes, it is. Wow. Okay.
Question number 2.
Here we go. Question number 2. On this day in 1969, this legendary English rock musician died at the age of 27, which posthumously made him the first member of the infamous 27 Club.
Ooh.
Once again, I'm going to read it one more time. On this day in 1969, this legendary English rock musician died at the age of 27, which posthumously made him the first member of the infamous 27 Club. Do not say Janis Joplin. Because
No. It's a guy.
Right, because she was not a he. So there you go.
And he was the lead singer of the Doors.
Oh, Jim
Morrison.
Jim Morrison.
Yep.
Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison.
That's
Jim
what I thought
Morrison.
before you. I don't know why I thought that.
Jim Morrison died
That
in
was in my head.
1971 in Florida.
Oh.
And he was an American musician from LA. Jimi Hendrix was from Seattle. He died, I believe, in 1970. The person we're looking for is Brian Jones, the founder of the Rolling Stones. He actually died in a swimming accident in 1969. And he was the first one in the 27 Club. They created it when he died. And actually what happened was after some of these other stars started dying at the age of 27, they said, you know what? This is like the 27 Club. So there you go.
Yeah, there's a lot.
All right, here's one that may make you think. I don't know. In which state would you find Fort Knox? Is it
Kentucky?
Tennessee or Kentucky? That's okay.
I was
Once
pushing
again,
Kentucky.
in which state would you find Fort Knox? Tennessee or Kentucky? Everybody in agreement on that?
I've never been there. Have you ever been? Has anyone ever been there?
Nope.
No, Kentucky or Fort Knox. No. So yes, it is Kentucky.
All right.
All right.
We'll take it.
All right. Some of these are kind of easy. Sorry about that. I wanted to get a 4th of July feel in here. So, which founding father is credited with writing the Declaration of Independence? Once
James
again,
Madison.
which founding father is credited with writing the Declaration of Independence?
I'm going James Madison. I'm fairly confident about that one.
Anybody else?
Thomas Jefferson had a lot to do with it, but I think Madison was
I
actually.
was gonna say Jefferson, but
I think Madison was in charge of actually making the final.
writing it.
final.
It's not Ben Franklin, is it?
Nope.
I think
No.
so.
We're not right yet.
3, 2, 1. Joanne, you're right. It's Thomas Jefferson.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
It is Thomas Jefferson. Yep. Okay, now
Good
here's
old
the
TJ.
final. Good old TJ. That's right. I went to Thomas Jefferson High School, and we lost to Belvedere all the time. Anyway, those were the days. All right. In the 1990 movie Days of Thunder, starring Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, what was the soft drink sponsor on the side of Cole Trickle's car? Was it Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow?
Mellow
I'll read it
Yellow.
one more time.
I'm thinking
In the
Mellow Yellow,
1990 in the 1990 movie Days of Thunder, starring Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, what was the soft drink sponsor on the side of Cole Trickle's car? Was it Mountain Dew or Mellow Yellow? And your answers would be
Mellow
Yellow.
They
Mellow
call it
Yellow.
Mellow Yellow. Yep. Donovan would be proud. Mellow Yellow. All right, here you go. Final question.
Final question.
Oh, we've got a car guy here too. A teacher and
All
a car
in.
guy. So, all right, here you go, Matt. This one's on you. It's resting squarely on your shoulders. All right, here we go. This is the year we bid farewell to a Rockford icon, the Rockford Speedway. In what year did the Rockford Speedway open for business? Was it 1948, 1953, or 1958? I'll ask it again, just so you can process. This is the year we bid farewell to the Rockford icon, the Rockford Speedway. In what year did the Speedway open for business? Was it 1948, 1953, or 1958?
My guess is 53, but I don't know that.
My guess is that too, because didn't they celebrate a 75th anniversary just recently?
I remember.
53 wouldn't be 75.
Yeah. So
That would be
There must
Uh,
7.
It just
What were the 3 years one more time?
Oh, 1948, 1953,
Yeah, that one.
So
1958.
48.
48. Yeah, 48.
You are all correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Awesome. Well, hey,
40th. All right, you all win a trophy. It's my coffee cup. It's all I got today. Say hi to Snoopy. There
Oh,
you go. I don't know where
Tom,
my trophy is. My office is all in
No
disarray.
Batman.
influx.
Yeah,
No
no
Batman
Batman.
trophies.
My son's a big Batman fan, but I like Adam West Batman.
Tom will be
What can I
hosting.
say?
Tom hosts trivia up at Louis Tap House. Is it every Wednesday night?
Every Wednesday. Yeah, I do. I do Tuesdays at Broadway Joe's. It used to be Dusty Boots. They've rebranded. It's a really
Yes.
nice place. Great food, great service. Everything's good. On Tuesday nights, and then on Wednesday nights, Louis up in Roscoe. It's a lot of
Louis
fun.
Tap
We had
House in
13 teams there on Wednesday.
So
That's an
Check
aberration. We
that.
normally have about anywhere from 8 to 10, sometimes 11, 12, whatever. But wow, it was a busy night.
well, Dr. Prado, again, thank you for coming on with us today. Any last parting thoughts before we transition over to all things Cosmo Club?
Other than the Cosmo Club of Belvedere was better than the Cosmo Club of Rockford.
Hey, there we go.
Ooh,
Matt,
Shot
whoa.
fired.
I knew it.
Other than that, I hope you all have a very good weekend, and hope to see you all at In Crowd on July 25th.
July 25th, last Thursday of July.
Okay,
So,
that'll do it then.
looking forward to seeing you in your awesome office. Thanks for coming on, and have a great rest of your weekend.
All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.
All right,
Bye.
there it goes.
Forward to it. Good seeing you.
Dr. Prado from Wellness Tree Family Chiropractic. Going to be a great time out there in Belvedere. He's right on the main drag there, and the address is on the Facebook event page that we posted earlier today. All right. So Matt Aukes joins us now live from his awesome basement.
On the awesome iPhone, man.
On the awesome
That's
iPhone.
right.
Let's see if we can make this work. There we go. That should be a good setup right about there. Tell us about Matt real quick before we get into all things about the event. Who's Matt Aukes? Where'd you grow up, and how'd you find yourself running the Cars RS business?
Well, I started off going to Harlem, so grew up in the community, graduated there back in, we'll just leave that.
Yeah.
NIU, majored in music education, and then taught high school band for 6 years, got a master's at Vandercook College of Music across from Comiskey Park. I still call it Comiskey. I don't know about you guys.
I do too.
yeah,
Yes.
It's once
Yes.
you get you have to keep it, right? And Comiskey's definitely the best. So after
Yep.
that, I just honestly, I saw the work ethic of the students in 6 years declining, and I'm kind of a workaholic. I've had to tone that down. So, as I saw that, it was, are you going to be happy doing this in 25 more years? And the guy I took over for was in 2 high school band programs, and he got stuck. The district made him go from teaching one school and said, you're going to now teach 2 of them. And he was miserable, and he was at the end of his career. He was stuck. And I'm like, I didn't want to be that. So I decided to leave the industry and pursue running a business, went into real estate. And then a couple of years later, it was, hey, there's a car shop here for sale. So I ended up getting into that with my family. We're 15 years now, and I've ventured off. I'm actually doing some property management business as well for short-term rentals up towards the Dells. Love that. The shop's going well. We're up to 5 techs now. We just hired a 5th earlier this year, and it's busy. We do a lot of fleet work. We do catered service. I mean, we're a high-end shop. We take digital inspections, which you'll get pictures, videos. We just had one yesterday. I was up front because my 2 advisors are both married, so when they go on vacation, I run the front. So I'm up there, and there's a loose tie rod on a car, and back in the day it was, well, you need this. Right now it's, here's a video of what's going on in your car, and you can see your wheel and in the text showing you exactly what's happening with that, which in my opinion, being an educator, that's what it was lacking, because it was, people felt taken advantage of. And that's our goal, is to make sure that you know exactly what we do, how we do it, why we're recommending it, help you create a budget, which is really difficult, I think, in automotive for a lot of people. So
Somehow you never get away from teaching, do you?
no, I don't think so. It's like I'm working with my kids. We just looked for a car for my 15-year-old. He got T-boned a block from my shop with a car about 3 months ago. Lady ran a red light, probably on her phone as usual. And so we're and he got a great learning experience. We went to a shop, a dealership, and it was a small one out in Elgin, and it was the transactional business. They didn't ask, they didn't give me your name, they didn't introduce themselves. It was, here's the key, right? And on the test drive, 3 dash lights came on, and then it was, oh well, that's just this and this. I'm like, no, it's not. I scanned everything, I knew what was going on, and he got to see that. Versus we went to another place, we bought the car, they were, hey, this is the owner, this is, and it was very relationship based, which is how we operate our company. And as you guys know, you go out anymore, and if you get service, you're surprised versus expecting it, right? And that's it's a shame, and we try to give it every time. We work our hardest to provide great service and also great repairs. I mean, it's not good service if you got to come back 4 times to have the repairs redone either, right? So
right. I think it's safe to say, people understand, especially when it comes to cars. Cars have problems. You're putting miles on these cars. Eventually you're going to wear something out. That's just the nature of the beast. The thing that makes people at least happy is the fact that, okay, someone is going to explain to me what's going on and take care of me and tell me, okay, you know what, this is the issue you're having now. This is the issue you're going to have in the future because this wears out too. You can't, there's no magic 8 ball. You can't predict when things are going to go out, but at least you can say these things go out. Here's when they normally go out. Yeah. You want to know these things.
Yeah. And like tires, for example, I always ask, if you got a surprise, hey, now you need tires, you're going to the wrong place. Right? Like tires are one of the things, unless you get a blowout, right? That's different. But they're a gradual wear item, right? They're at 8 30 seconds, they're at 6 30 seconds, they're at 5. Okay, hey, you're going to need tires in the fall, right? It's predictable. Brakes, they're predictable, right? Fluids, all the maintenance type of stuff pretty much is predictable. Repairs, a tie rod, like I was just talking about, that's not predictable, right? It was inspected 6 months ago, it's fine. Now it's the tie rod's going out, you got to replace it, right? It's a safety item. So repairs, it's tough, but if you can budget all the maintenance items, at least you've got a budget sitting, because a lot of people don't have a budget for their car, right? It's broke, crap, what do I do, right? If you're starting to budget the maintenance and a repair creeps in, at least you've got money there. If you have to rob some of your maintenance budget, you still have a budget, right? It's better than reacting to it, right?
Now we're back to running a business, Matt.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wise financial advice. Very wise financial advice. Put some money aside for those things that are going to happen eventually. You just don't know when they're going to happen.
And they happen to ours too.
That's right. They happen to all of us. So the COSMO Club, I'm going to put this logo up on the screen and tell everybody, what is the Cosmopolitan International Club? So
the Cosmopolitan Club International, there's chapters in Canada and the United States. Specifically talking about the Rockford Club here today is that's the group that I'm a member of. But we fundraise for basically for other nonprofits. So we do a lot of events and raise a ton of money in the local Rockford community. Our main contribution is to diabetes, the Crusader Clinic. We've donated, I believe last year, we just had our awards banquet last month. I think it was $660,000, something like that, back to the Crusader Clinic. And then we also give out grants to a bunch of other organizations. So last year we gave away about $80,000 in grants, and that's anywhere from like Rock Kids got one. We just got a partnership now with Rock Valley, where we're going to have a Cosmopolitan scholarship for a student going into the medical field. So it's really awesome. And it's, it's a group of guys that we just have a good time. Everybody enjoys being there. And, we have, I would say, about 220 members, but we're active. We're probably a good solid 100 that are at different events throughout the year and actively participating. We got a Rockford Rescue Mission cookout next week, right? Next Sunday, we're doing that. We got the golf outing coming up. We do a poinsettia event. There's all sorts of stuff that we do that, if you've gotten a poinsettia delivered to you around December 9th, that's us. You might not have known that, but you've probably gotten one if you're at a business. We sell about, I don't know, I think it was how many plants did we do? We raised
Hundreds.
like 3,000, I think we did last year. 35.
Okay, I knew it was hundreds, if not thousands, but yeah, it's wild.
It's a lot. We go deliver them, right? It's cool because you get hand delivered plants to your business door. It's and that's how we do it. Like it runs kind of like my business, right? It's service. It's people that want to be there. It's people that want to do good things for the community, and we just have a blast doing it. So we raise a lot of money, and Greg Lundquist and I partnered on the golf outing. This is our 3rd year running it. We tweaked the format this year, which we're hoping goes really well. The format is selling really well this year, so I can go into that if you want to know a little bit about it.
Well, I was going to say, when it comes to golf day, golf outings, I think you have basically there's two type of participants in your fundraiser golf outings, right? There's the participants that show up that they want to win. They're there to win. They'll buy all the mulligans that you'll sell them, and they will win with a score of like 17 under par or something crazy like that. And then you have guys like me. I just want to show up and have fun. I just want to meet some new people. I hope to hit 4 or 5 good shots during 18 holes. That's all I care about.
I hope not to lose 4 golf balls.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
if I could deviate for 1 second, I went golfing in Mississippi last Sunday, and it's $5 after 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoons. Can't beat it. Cannot beat it. 9 holes. I lost 4 golf balls. The last time I went golfing, before that, last year, I did 18 holes at Kruger Haskell up in Beloit, lost 1 golf ball, and I found 12 in the swamps. This was not a productive Sunday for me. Anyway, I digress. Carry on.
Blows everybody up because he's got the pole fishing golf balls out of the pond. See,
there you go. I wear my boots. I go jumping in. I'm like, oh, there's one. It's a little dirty.
Scuba suit.
1986 on it. Wow, there we go. It's been in there a while. Yeah.
Well, if somebody wants to participate in the next golf outing, the golf day, this is coming up like August 9th.
Yeah, coming up fast. Almost just over a month.
I gotta admit, I'm not sure I've been able to find a place for people to sign up. How do people get in touch with you guys?
Go to the register tab on the website.
Okay.
That the different options. So you've got Cosmo Cup, which is our competitive flight, which I'll talk about. You got your single golfer for that as well. You got your poker, your hold'em.
There we go.
Your party, and then we have the scramble, which is a wait list at this point. So we changed the format. Last year we did 2 courses, which we're there to raise funds, right? So having 2 courses adds 2 sets of gratuity, 2 sets of this, 2 sets, right? So what happens is we're not raising as much as we potentially could, which is why we changed the format and trying to just bring something new, right? Because everybody's got a scramble. Not everybody has what we're doing here. So we went from 2 courses, a shotgun start at noon at both courses, scramble, to now this year we have a competitive flight that starts at 7:30. So you can win up to $1,000 cash prize. It's $1,000 for first, $750 for second, and $500 for third. And you can golf competitively if you're that guy, right? And you have to have a verifiable handicap, right, to do that. And then the poker tournament starts at what is it, 11 a.m. I'm drawing a blank on the poker tournament. I think it's 11, but you could do 8 different start times. So if you're golfing in the morning one, it's probably not done until 11:30. You can, as soon as you're done golfing, you can go to the poker tournament and you can start up, and there's 8 rounds before they do the final buy-ins, right? So that's good. A great opportunity. Maybe you don't want to golf, which is what we have. We've got a lot of goofy people in our club that love to play golf, but some of them love to golf or gamble, right? So this is a great opportunity to mix it up. It's another fundraiser. We've got new sponsorship opportunities because of that. We sold out all of our sponsorships. We got 1 left this year, and last year we had a lot more than that left, right? And last year we ran into trying to sell out. This year the scramble was sold out in 2 weeks. Right. out on the scramble for a couple months now. So last year was kind of stressful. We're trying to get people to go, yeah, we raise money, but this is going to raise more money. And we've got opportunity for some of the people that either want to competitively golf or don't golf and want to be part of the event to be able to do that. So we're super excited for this year. The competitive golf and the poker tournament have spots. Poker tournament, you could drop in and do it too. Competitive golf, if it's sold out, we'll note it on the site. Right now we're about halfway filled on the competitive golf.
Okay. I'm glancing now at the bottom line of the 2024 grant recipients amount funded, $86,771.
Yeah, it's so cool to be.
That's awesome.
And look at the amount of different, and a lot of those groups have super huge needs that, during COVID, when COVID hit, we still were giving away $60,000-$70,000, right? And I mean, I'm sure you guys know, you're in the industry, like nonprofits were getting killed when COVID hit, right? Because you couldn't go.
Absolutely, yeah.
B, the budgets went whoop, and they chopped them, right? So people weren't giving what they were giving before. So we helped. Hopefully we kept some of those nonprofits going.
Right. Enough of them folded that you wanted.
So you know what? Take that, Belvedere Cosmo.
You can stay on to argue with me.
I do, as far as going, since you brought up Dr. Prado again, I do want to let everybody know too, he's a big supporter of Boone County CASA. And at his event coming up July 25th, you'll also hear about Boone County CASA and what CASA does for kids there in Boone County. We've had the director of Boone County CASA on our show, and I take that back. I had a conversation with the director of Boone County CASA. I invited them on the show, and she said, Greg, please have the director of the Winnebago County CASA on your show, because they're in more desperate need than we are. How cool is that? Wow. So we had Jim Hudson on who talked about the needs here in Winnebago County and our CASA program for more CASA volunteers. So I just wanted to plug them and Dr. Prado for that.
Really good group. That's an awesome organization.
Absolutely. So the link to take advantage of this event is in your chat here on the show. If you missed it, again, the website is rfdcosmo.org, rfdcosmo.org, rockfordcosmo.org. So all the information you need is right there on the website. The Golf Classic, August the 9th. You still got time to register. Maybe if you, by the time you get to the website, it might be sold out.
There you go.
You got limited space.
That's the goal.
You got limited space. So, all right. Well, hey, my friend, any other final thoughts before we let you go and enjoy the rest of this weekend?
Just that, this is a great event. If you don't golf, you don't want to play poker, we have a huge silent auction, raffle, all that stuff. You could buy tickets on the same site as buying the other tickets. They're $50, and we got food, we got beer and wine at dinner, and the whole day for the rest of it is open bar. So it's a great event. You can meet a lot of new people, and these are spouse events. So we've got a lot of people, our wives come with us. It's an awesome event. So great time.
I'm not ashamed to say Forest Hills Country Club is my favorite golf course in the area. I know that there's other great courses in the area. There's some really awesome ones. Of all of them that I've ever played, I think Forest Hills is my favorite, just overall variety of holes and the age of the trees and everything else that it's just a special course. And since they've redone their banquet facility and stuff too, it's in much better shape than it was in years past. So I'm a big fan.
It's nice. And that they work with us too. We've worked with other courses that it's been tough financially, because bottom line, we're trying to raise money to give away, right? We're not profiting from this. So the more we spend on any of the event, the less we're donating to these nonprofits that really need the money, right? So we try to scrutinize every charge that we're getting, and Forest Hills has been great to work with, so we appreciate that.
That's awesome. All righty, my friend. Well, hey, we'll look forward to catching up with you later, and hopefully we'll see you at the July 25th in-crowd event out there.
It's going to work for me. We're in no sports month for the kids, so I'll be
awesome. Good deal. Well, thanks, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
All right, there goes Matt Aukes from Cars R Us and Rockford Cosmo Club. That was cool. What a big events coming up here, even throughout the summer. There's stuff to do throughout the summer in the Rockford region, and that's going to be one of the fun ones. Forest Hills Country Club, August 9th, with a couple different opportunities. I really like the way that they are planning this event with the two options. You're the serious golfer and the fun golfer in mind, and that just makes total sense to me. That just totally makes sense.
I
All
fall
right,
into the third category, bad golfer.
Just back.
They need a third golf course.
I'm just
That's
hitting the
right.
ball.
That's right.
I'm just trying to hit the ball. I just want to hit the ball.
Yeah.
How are
that's
things
fine.
at Pause this morning, Joanne? Let's go and transition into all things Pause here for a little bit. What do you say?
You know, the exciting thing is, I don't know if you remember Macchiato,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
the
little Chihuahua.
resident cat.
Oh, the cat.
She
2 years.
got adopted.
Ooh.
2 years.
2 years. Someone came
Wow.
in and asked for the cat that had been there the longest. And they met Macchiato and decided to adopt her.
How
So
sweet.
Macchiato also approved
Oh,
the
that's
adoption.
awesome.
How sweet. Well, thank you for that person who saw that need and stepped up and took care of it. That's
So
that
she's
is awesome.
going to her forever home on Monday. So she's going to spend the weekend here, but going home on Monday. But that's
All right.
pretty exciting.
Well,
cat.
the event that you guys had at your place last month, the No Fleas Flea Market, was that deemed a success? You think that'll happen again next year?
Well, it was the second annual, so I would think so.
Feeling pretty good about it then.
hmm
Awesome.
We haven't had a
Awesome.
board meeting since, so I haven't heard pros or cons about it.
Okay.
But-
Well, one thing I haven't done on the show in a while is actually put the link to your Facebook page on the chat. So I'm going to do that today because you guys are often posting pictures of cats available to be adopted.
Yes.
And maybe instead of a tour this week, since we're kind of pushed
Running
time
late.
here, yeah, why don't I'm going to put up the Facebook page real quick and just kind of scroll through and show people what you guys are posting on a weekly basis here. There's your macchiato right there.
Macchiato.
Celebrate the
I think we've got some people who are going to be very sad to see her go, but yet happy. What is that
Right?
called? A bittersweet.
it's a bittersweet adoption. It's what you hoped for, but now that it's happened. Oh. But look, available dogs from Paws, Miles, Prince Charming, Zach, Fluffy, Jazz. There's a bunch of pictures there for you to check out.
She's a new dog.
Oh my gosh. 3.5-year-old Yorkie mix. What a cutie. So check out the Paws Rockford Facebook page. Let your friends and family know if anyone is in the, currently looking for a pet to adopt, look what's available. And spread the word. These are just the ones here from the last week over there at Paws headquarters over by Cherryvale Mall. And you guys are there till what, 2 o'clock on Saturdays?
I think 3.
3 o'clock on Saturdays. So there's time to go over and visit some of these cats. You do need to schedule.
I think that's Prince Charming too. And he's come a long way. He kind of came from a very sad beginning.
Oh. So check that out. pawshs.org is the actual website that you can go to and see the pet finder pictures and get all the information about what's happening at Paws Humane Society. And you're always
And,
looking for
you know,
volunteers.
Someone had mentioned too, I mean, donations for places like Paws are down too. I mean, we're really hurting with not having donations.
Yeah.
I don't know what dog that is. Usually I can tell.
Well, this is on the website, so this might have been on there for a while.
Oh,
Donate to Pause. Visit the Amazon wish list. There's a couple of things right there to check out on pausehs.org. All
And
right.
I think the one neat thing, I know we talk about the dogs. The dogs are not at the shelter, they're in foster homes. But when you do adopt a dog, if you're looking for a dog, the person knows the dog because they've lived with the dog, and the dog has been in their home. So it's different than at a normal, I hate to call it abnormal, a usual shelter where the dogs are in cages, because this dog is basically known. I mean, we know his quirks, her quirks.
They're in a house setting. They're interacting with family, maybe other pets. So you get an idea of their
And I mean,
personalities.
some of the people that have adopted my dogs have become forever friends because
Right.
we did that connection.
Feel the same way about those that were fostering Veda before we adopted her.
Mhm.
You know, she's here getting her shit in her skin or chin scratched right now because she knows I should be out doing my duty with her right now because the show should be done. It's like, let's go.
That's right. You tell Veda we have Packer football to talk. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I will if you want to.
I was
if you
going to say
can,
we
but
will be
otherwise,
talking
no,
Packer
I'm
football in a
kidding.
few weeks. Our buddy Jacob Westendorf is going to be coming on the show that first week of training camp for the Packers. So we will be talking about Packer football here before the end of July already. Ho, 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 ho.
Oh, goodness. I've been really following on the podcasts and everything. I know more about Packer football right now than I've ever known because I've really, really taken an active role following it. And wow.
It's going to be
I'm so
season.
excited. This is
gonna
going to
be
be
an
the greatest season ever. And I'm hoping that we're not disappointed because, I said that about the Cubs this year. Everybody said that about the Cubs. And where are they? 10 games under 500? Are you kidding me? What a poor excuse for a ball
Not
club.
sure what to tell you about that one.
Yeah, I know, Brewer
as
fan,
as my second favorite team, I'm disappointed in the Cubs as well. But go Brew! I never expected the Brewers to be in first place and doing what they're doing. But very, very exciting baseball season as well. So let's do a big number of the week, and then we'll wrap things up. By the way, next week on this very program, we're going to visit with Abby Finley. She's a development associate over there at RAMP, R-A-M-P, RAMP. And they do some awesome work. We're going to learn about what RAMP does again and find out what they have coming up in August for their next big event as well. So Abby Finley on the show next week. Right now, it's time for this. Our current race to 10 has Joanne out in front by a score of 4-1. That's a pretty commanding lead, but we've seen people come back before. We've seen the comeback happen before. So,
4-1.
Let me see here.
That's right. I was up like 7-2 one time, and I lost.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was absolutely insane. 172 billion is the big number of the week this week. 172 billion. The answer is banks or bathrooms. Banks or bathrooms. And Tom has sent me his text guess already. Joanne, I need yours. 3, 2, 1, go.
Bathrooms.
You're going with bathrooms. Tom's text to me says bathrooms. So either you're both getting a point or you're both not getting a point. Last year, banks and other financial groups, those that issue Visa and MasterCard credit cards, guess how much money they raked in swiping fees, according to Merchants Payments Coalition?
172 billion.
I'm going to go with 172
billion dollars.
I think Joanne and I were both figuring it was the
Yeah,
eyeball when it had
you
to be
did.
it,
Score's going to
so.
stay the same. If you are paying swiping fees, you need to visit my buddy Michael over at Wholesale Payments. If your business pays those swiping fees and you're like, why am I paying so much money in swiping fees? Swiping fees.
I noticed a trend lately where places, if you do not pay with credit card, they give you a bonus.
Little
You know, you
discount or
get a
something.
bonus now for paying cash.
You're not actually getting a discount. What you're doing is you're paying for using your card. So if your bill is $20, $21.50, with a card, it's going to be
You're paying
$23 or
basically.
$22.78.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're paying that fee, and then that's what you're talking
Well,
about with
Yeah.
swiping fees.
You're
right?
seeing on, and this is another trend. This is what I actually thought you were going to say, Joanne, is the trend that started a few years ago where businesses were putting up little signs either on their front doors or by their cash registers, letting people know we are passing along the fee to you for using your card. So if you are using a card to buy something at our store, we're going to tack on 3% to cover the cost of the swiping charge. And a lot of them are doing that, especially restaurants. So that's where wholesale payments comes in. And our buddy Michael Ruffcorn, who's been doing this for a while now, he's been helping people swipe away their fees by using his wholesale payments systems, which
Interesting.
it's not free. Don't get me wrong, it's not free, but it's a whole lot less than what these Visa, MasterCard, credit card swiping fees are charging most businesses. So it's definitely something to look into.
Wow.
The average American is going to spend nearly 23 hours on road trips with the family this summer. During those 23 hours, guess how many bathroom breaks the average family takes? 11.
I was going to
11.
say 10. I was very close.
You're right
I would
there.
have got a point.
I'd have given you that point. Yeah, the average American family that takes road trips spends 23 hours on the road. I do like a good road trip. I'm a fan of a road trip. Not a big fan of heavy traffic or driving in storms.
I don't like a road trip that goes to New York on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with it being icy and about 100 cars and ditches. That's what I had to do a couple of years ago. And my daughter and son-in-law and their family, they were out in New York and they took the train out. This is two Christmases ago. And it was just a complete washout. And they couldn't get back.
Considered, what is a road trip exactly? Going somewhere or just taking a Sunday drive?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think leaving your city. I think anything leaving your hometown is considered a bit of a road trip, right?
Well, I'm heading over to Love's Park when I leave here. Is that a road trip?
I could hear somebody saying the argument means you're spending the night somewhere else, and that would make sense too.
That would be
Well, okay, all right. So if you went to a ball game in Wrigley Field and you left at 9 in the morning and you get back at 8 o'clock at night,
To me,
is that not a road trip? You packed a cooler.
To me, that's a good enough
absolutely.
excuse to
So, Joanne, really, the answer is whatever you decide it is. If you're going on the road and you're going for a few hours.
When I was a kid, we used to go on Sunday drives a lot. And they put the kids, we would pack a picnic lunch and we would go somewhere for the day and, be back that day.
Go to a beach, go to a park, go to something outside of town.
The worst is, because I'm from Wisconsin, we would go to the Indian reservation.
Okay.
I don't know. That was our interesting trip.
Okay. I mean,
that's cool.
Of the major road trips I've taken, probably the most notable and memorable was the summer before my senior year in high school. Dad took me and my sister out west to see Mount Rushmore, to see the Grand Tetons, to see Yellowstone National Park. That was a pretty epic road trip. I regret that I wasn't able to take my kids. I got 6 kids. I couldn't afford to do that. To take them on that kind of a road trip out west when they were kids. Maybe I'll get that opportunity with the grandkids. But did you have any epic road trips? Anything big that was like a week long or something like that in your family's history?
We did the South
Growing
Dakota
up, for
one.
me, no.
When we were kids, I remember I've got a picture on my refrigerator with the 4 of us, because I have 3 brothers and me. So, but my dad needed a stress relief. So he took a road trip to South Dakota, which I don't understand. And we went camping. We were camping. And that was supposedly, it was after his dad died and he was having a lot of, he needed to get away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. New
Yeah, that makes
surroundings.
sense.
So took a road
I,
trip. I still
we-
think a road trip with the 4 kids could not have been the, but it was his family,
Yeah.
spending time with his family.
Yeah, right. We did go on a couple of vacations. We went to Six Flags Great America. I think back then it was just Six Flags, and it was in Missouri. And we went there in St. Louis, and I think we may have taken a couple of other day trips, and maybe an overnighter here and there, but never a real big vacation. Never a week-long trip out to California, visit Wally World or something like that. Nothing like that. But as my own family, we've done a few. We went to New York. We went to where else did we go? Well, we went out to actually New York twice, because when my daughter was looking for a college after high school, we went out to Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York, Canada. We did Niagara Falls on the Canada side.
Still need to
That
do
was the
that.
trip of a lifetime. Back in
Niagara Falls is
2004.
still on the bucket list. That's
Yeah.
that's something that's got to be done.
I started my bucket list the other day.
Put it in a bucket.
Yeah, I bought a bucket.
There you
So
go.
there you go.
That's about it
There
as
you
a
go.
appropriate place to
Yeah.
end as anything. So we're friends. Next week, Abby Finley for Ramp. Remember, until then, you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone this week. We'll try to do the same. Meet you back here for another In Crowd 815 podcast.
Oh, Greg, stick around for a minute off the air. You got to yell at me about.
We're gonna do
something.
that.
I got to
All right.
explain.
Joanne,
I'm off the hook.
All right.
you're off the hook. But
You haven't
you and
done
I-
anything
Yeah, you
yet.
are.
You and I do need to have a conversation about something else that's coming up, and we'll talk about that off the air too. So we'll connect here soon. All right.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye,
All right,
everybody.
sounds good.
Bye.
In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815.